Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a great time last week. I'm okay. I hope your week has been great. And the topic of this video is actually kind of related with my stays, to be honest. And if you remember from last week's video, if you watched it even, you will know that I was a little stressed, and I also deal with anxiety as well. So that was affecting me quite a lot, and this thing going on in my life made me want to make a type of video that I have never done before, and I didn't think that I was going to do it. But so you know that I hope that you know that I'm a doctor. I mean, if you looked at the name of the channel, you would realize that I'm actually a human doctor. I heal people. I was going to say not some. I was going to say sometimes, but it's not sometimes. I actually heal people every day, on business days specifically, if I'm not on night shifts. I'm actually in family medicine. What? I'm not family medicine. I'm not the family medicine itself. I'm a family doctor. I'm a training family doctor. But I still see patients and heal and treat and cure some patients. So, yeah, that's my profession if you didn't know. Nice to meet you. Having this state for at least a couple of weeks actually made me think that I could make some suggestions about some common health problems so that I could maybe help people a little more. So I'm going to talk about some common health issues and how you can try to deal with them in your home with what you have. So these videos, so this is going to be a different type of video from the ones that I already made. The ones I made are quite different from this type. These are like lifestyle advices. These are not medical advices. I'm not suggesting that you diagnose yourself with the help of these videos. It will not be very helpful. If you think that you have a problem, if you have a severe problem, or even if you have a mild problem, you should see a professional and you should ask help. But the suggestions and the things that I'm going to talk about might help you if you don't think that your problem is quite mild, or even if you have a apparent issue or an apparent problem, and if you're seeing a professional and healing or treatments are not linear, you might have some down days and up days, and you can use my suggestions on your down days as well, if you want, or even if you don't have any problems, you can also try my suggestions, because I don't know if you know, in especially modern medicine, we are kind of going away from pharmacological treatments. We're stepping away from those and getting more closer with lifestyle treatments and lifestyle changes, because it was actually seen, especially in studies, that if you don't have a lifestyle change, then the treatments are not as successful. So in many conditions right now, the guidelines say that you should start with lifestyle changes, and many guidelines actually suggest doctors to tell their patients to make lifestyle changes, so that to see if the patient is cured without any medical treatment. By medical I mean mainly the drugs, or even if they end up having some medical procedure, then the success rate is higher potentially due to these lifestyle changes. So many conditions, even many common conditions, have some lifestyle suggestions that are thought to, well, it's not thought, some of these suggestions are actually studied, and they are well proven facts that can help other people. Some suggestions are not as strong facts. Some of them are just thoughts, or some of them are even anecdotes from other physicians or scientists, and some of them are proven facts. And like I said, many conditions have them. And today I want to talk about anxiety. So let's start what anxiety looks like. Like many other conditions, this is the first thing actually that we learn in medical school. In medical school, it is said that patients are not conditions. We should treat each patient as an individual, because each condition might have a different representation in a different individual. So we should have an open mind when we are seeing a patient. So with that being said, the conditions or the problems that we are seeing might differ from people to people, or might vary from people to people. But at the end of the day, we have some symptoms that are most common in these conditions. Like I said in the beginning, if you think you need more help, you can and you should actually see a professional. So with anxiety, I will not give the exact diagnosing criteria, but I will try to explain what it looks like in a daily life setting, so that you can understand it a little better, because listing it doesn't really make it understandable. It was actually quite hard to understand it even in medical school. You would need some time to understand those things, so I will try to explain it in a little different way. So as anxiety is a mental issue, it actually has two types of symptoms. So one type of symptoms, one side of the symptoms are mental symptoms, and the other one is physical symptoms, because anxiety actually has some physical manifestations as well. So when you have anxiety, mentally you might find yourself that you cannot think clearly, or you might think that you have your thoughts, you cannot catch your thoughts, you cannot track your thoughts, and it actually is affecting your life, and you feel a little anxious, obviously, or nervous, and you might feel like something bad is going to happen, or something is not right. You might feel like something is not right, even though everything is fine. As I said, there might be some problems there, but sometimes some people might say to you that everything's okay. Why this is happening to you? Why is this happening to you? It's not a good sentence, but it might be a sign that you are having an anxiety attack, or some anxiety problems. You might feel like the daily things that you do feel a little harder. You might not find the energy or the motivation to do the things because you feel like you shouldn't do them, or it's not the right time, it's not the right setting, not everything is right, there is a problem, so you can't do that. You might have a reason to not to do that thing, but it is a little different from other conditions. In anxiety, it's a little more like you have so much in your head that you cannot focus on other things, other important things actually. In other conditions, this might also happen, but the reasoning or the underlying reason might be a little different. Like I said, you might find yourself losing focus. You might find tracking your daily tasks harder, tracking a conversation harder, trying to watch TV or trying to read a book might become hard, and you become restless, you feel tired, you feel on edge, you feel like I said, something bad is going to happen, and mainly you feel anxious or nervous. So these are the mental symptoms or problems that you might have if you have some anxiety problems. The physical side is that you might have heart racing, you might have nausea, you might have dizziness. Some people might have tingling in their hands or in their feet. You might find it hard to sleep. You might find it hard to doze off at night. Like I said, you become tired, and because of that, because you cannot have good night's sleep, you might start to have day sleep, day napping. You might find that you are exhausted and you cannot focus or give your energy to your daily tasks. You might be shaking, you might have breathing problems, you might find it hard to stay in a quiet, secluded place. That kind of setting might terrify you, or you might find it hard to stay still. So these are the physical manifestations. The last two might be a little more mental ones as well, but these are the physical manifestations, and the first ones were mental manifestations. So if you find yourself having these potentially combined, I will say ideally, but it's not ideal to have anxiety problems. I'm saying problems because being anxious is actually a natural response in many settings. If you don't have any threats around you, having anxiety, being anxious and nervous is not really healthy in that setting. If everything seems fine, but you still have some anxiety, then that means that you have some anxiety problems, and there might be many different conditions related to that, and if you want a specific diagnosis and a well-tailored treatment plan for yourself, you should definitely see a professional. And if you don't want to do that, you should consider if you have the symptoms that I just mentioned. And ideally, by ideally I mean if you want to say that you have an anxiety problem, we would want you to have physical manifestations with mental manifestations. Let's start first. Let's start with what you should avoid. You should mainly avoid stressful circumstances, stressful places, loud places, extreme temperature. You should avoid those. You should avoid stimulating substances like caffeine or even tea sometimes. I even struggle with tea myself. I find it hard to consume caffeine, basically. You should avoid, if you're having a spell anxiety problem, if you're having a very acute problem, you should avoid stimulants. You can ask people to be with you, stay with you, because co-regulation is also very helpful in anxiety. But you should be with people that you know. You should not actually try to meet new people and ask people that you don't know, ask help from people that you don't know. You should actually stick to people that you know. That might be your family or your close friends or your partner or your partners. So the aim here with these things is to stop you from getting more stimulated, because being anxious is already having so much stimulus itself. So if you keep on getting stimulated or triggered or pushed, you will find it hard to get out of the anxiety spell. So you should stay away from these things. And what you can do, you can, if it is possible, just stop everything you're doing. You can just sit down. You might also lay down, and you might try to catch your breath. If you know how to, you can try breathing exercises. They are quite helpful. And also, actually, exercising with controlling your breathing is actually quite helpful with anxiety, because having control over your breath is very helpful in anxiety and in calming yourself. And in that way, cardio training like running or even swimming, or especially swimming, because you really need to control your breath when you're swimming, is very helpful with anxiety problems. So if you know how to, in an acute setting, you can try breathing exercises. So I said stop, try breathing exercises. You can, if you need, try to drink some water. If you realize that you're hungry, you can try to consume easily digestible foods. You should not be really hungry. You should take care of your needs. So if you're hungry, if you're thirsty, if you need to go to the toilet, you should take care of those. If you're sleepy, it might be a little hard to deal with that, but after your anxiety spell is over, if you have the chance, you can sleep and rest, and you should, because otherwise you might have another anxiety spell afterwards. So you should take care of your needs. If you know how to, or if you have the access to, you can meditate. There are some apps on mobile phones, on many systems actually support these apps that help you with meditating, and they have some meditation programs. You can try those. Meditation is a little tricky because, first of all, meditating is not that easy. It needs practice. You need to be good at meditating for it to work. So because of that, it needs practice. So if you have anxiety problems, if you have recurring anxiety attacks, having meditation in your daily schedule is quite helpful. As you get better at meditating, you will see some better benefits from those things. So consciousness and awareness is quite nice when you have an anxiety spell. So everything that strengthens these things is quite helpful for people with anxiety. And the other reason why meditation is tricky is that sometimes in acute settings, meditating might not be as helpful as coming down to this moment. Might not be very helpful for people that are trying to run away from some issues, or trying to run away from some feelings or some experience. So it might not be very smart for everyone to do meditation. But if you know how to meditate, and if you have some experience, and you know how it affects you, you can try meditating. It has actually worked for me many times. I sometimes have anxiety spells in my bed when I'm sleeping at night. Sometimes I meditated in the bed with my phone, with the apps in my phone that I have. So it might be helpful, but like I said, you should check it for yourself. It is not a concrete advice like the other ones I just made. So from meditation, we can also talk about awareness and coming down to that moment, which can be very helpful if you really don't have a problem, and if everything is all right. Then coming down to this moment, and maybe this can be part of your meditation as well, but maybe counting everything, checking everything one by one, and saying that everything is okay. If you can tell that to yourself, if that works for you, you can try that as well. You can also, if there is a reason for your anxiety spell, you can try to write your thoughts down, because writing things down actually slows your thoughts, because you have to think as you write, and your hand can't write as fast as your brain can think. So your brain has to slow down to the speed of your hands, which is quite helpful. I personally also tried it many times before. Sometimes I have quite frequent night spells, which is very fun. I sometimes even have them when I'm working, which was also very fun. But you can deal with them, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, you can write them down. You can try to come to the moment by either telling yourself that everything is okay. You might ask people to tell you that, from people that you trust, and from people that you feel safe. And also, if it is possible, you should try to go to somewhere that you feel safe. And like I said, the other thing might be, you can write down things that are stuck in your head. Even sometimes materializing these thoughts is quite helpful, as it is quite, as it becomes less threatening when you see them in front of you. Many people might not know this, but you can try to listen to music, or try to watch something that you know that makes you feel good. And this is also actually why some people rewatch some shows, because unconsciously they realize that it soothes their anxiety, and they keep on watching the same thing, which is also something that I do. There are some channels that I keep on watching over and over again. I sometimes watch one video for a whole week, just that one video, to calm myself, which is actually quite helpful. It is actually a good way of soothing. For me, at least, you can try that as well. And if you feel like you have frequent spells, or if your spells are very severe, or some people might have panic attacks as well, you might want to see a professional, and you might ask help. And please don't try to be alone. You don't have to deal with anything alone. You should ask for help. Having a support group is very helpful in many conditions, not just mental conditions, but in physical conditions as well. So these are suggestions for anxiety spells. You might try them. These are obviously most of them. Like I said, meditation has some questionable parts, but most of them are safe to do. So you can try them even in your spare time, even if you don't have any problems. And you should also, I talked about needs, you should be on top of your needs. You shouldn't really feel like you are running on fumes. You should take care of yourself. If you think that you have anxiety, or even if you don't have anxiety, or even if you don't have problems, you should take care of your needs, because not taking care of yourself, first, it might make you feel nervous, and you might not realize it, and afterwards you might see that some other problems are coming up. So taking care of yourself is quite an important thing here. So yeah, these are some things that you can do for anxiety spells. I hope you found this helpful. This is a new sentence that I'm using here. But I hope you found this helpful. You might also find it entertaining, both of which are fine with me. So if you did find this video positive in any way, you can drop a like down below, you can drop a comment down below asking anything you want, or sharing anything you want. You might maybe share some other things that works for you down below. My other videos are actually quite different from this one. In my other videos I usually talk about some deep things in an unorganized way, which is the premise of this channel. So you might want to check those out. You might subscribe to see my future upcoming videos. I might have more of this style of video. I'm thinking about making a video about depression and maybe some pain problems with pain. I might do some videos on those as well. So yeah, I hope I will see you soon. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Everything is okay. Everything will work out. It always does. That's life. Sometimes life goes down and up, and yeah, on the rise with it. And yeah, take care of yourself. I will hopefully see you soon. Until then, bye.